Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Awakening Network. This is episode number 120 of the Ask Julius Show. Every single Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or before, US, by the way. There's this incredible show called the Ask Julius Show. Why is it called the Ask Julius Show? Because Kasey Speer channels Julius and their group of entities at this incredible audience that we have asks questions, incredible, amazing questions, and Julius and the group of entities responds all those questions. This is Angel Rebo from Dallas, Texas, United States of America, and somewhere else in the States is where Kasey Speer is right now. Hi, Kasey. How are you?
It is the mystery, right? No, yep. I'm in the South. On the South side of the U.S. It is so great to be here. It has been a very strange week. We were just acknowledging that, Angel and I, as all of you probably have been feeling. We're going to change the energy, right? Let's move it. Let's move this energy tonight. Let's get everybody jacked up. It is so wonderful to be here. Yes, we missed you guys all last week. An unavoidable situation didn't make it possible for the show. And we're going to make it up energetically tonight, right? Woohoo! Let's get everybody's energies jacked up, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, to be in full disclosure, there was actually a flight that changed their schedule, so unfortunately we couldn't change that. We tried to change our schedule, but it was too complicated to do it in the proper place and in the proper time. So anyway, but the important thing is that we are here, and thank you so much for being here because you are always with us, and we indeed appreciate you. And let's start because, as you can tell, my goodness, there are so many questions that have been waiting for an entire week to be asked. Let me click on all those questions. Oh my God, incredible things already being said here on our chat. And as you typically do, I'm gonna become myself small. Actually, I'm going to become myself my avatar. And again, welcome to everybody. Let me say hello to Cat 555K, to Tommy, to Karen Tackett, to Love Light Lauren, aka Lori, Sodom03, Karen Tackett again, Lori, Greg Nyman Jr., Adrienne. Who else? Who else? Who else? I think we've named everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And let's start with the first question that comes from Lori. I heard that once you let doubt in, it ruins your intention instantaneously. That's a great question. How can you get rid of doubt before it even happens? Is
Yeah,
doubt ever expansive or always limiting?
yeah, yeah. So, as you know, Master, doubt is a feeling or an energy. It is thought moving. Emotion is moving thought energetically. And any energy that you attach to a thought is how the thought shows up. This is what people, as you know, get very. It can feel complicated and it can feel confusing. We have always said, masters, that all thought is. All thought is. That means that a thought by itself has an infinite amount of ways that it can demonstrate itself. The determining factor of how that thought demonstrates itself is the energy attached to it. Okay. So any thought, masters, that you can pull in, that you receive, okay, because your brain does not create thought, it receives thought. It receives thought. When you are a physically embodied being, you do not create thought, you receive thought. Thought without an emotion is. It is not, it doesn't have any judgment to it. It doesn't have any opinion to it. And it doesn't have a particular way that it will show up. And this is very challenging for people to understand because everybody thinks that a thought will show up in a particular way. They actually believe that there's only one way that a given thought can show up, and that's not correct. Any given thought, master, any given thought shows up in an infinite amount of ways based on the energy attached to it. So the energy of doubt is the energy of fear, and fear is low frequency. So no matter what you're thinking, if you attach low frequency energy to it, it's going to show up usually in the lowest frequency demonstration of itself, which can actually even appear inverted to you. This is interesting. So let us continue on this for just a moment, okay? So let's say you're trying to manifest intentionally, because you're always manifesting, right? And you're envisioning or you're having this thought of abundance, right? Wealth. Okay, let's just say it, okay? Money is pouring in, it's in my bank account, it's in my life, but you doubt that that can happen. Now, what's the lowest form of money? Okay, what's the least resistant is no money. Okay, so if you are trying to manifest a lot of money, but you doubt it, it will show up as no money. And most people are like, wait, what? Wait, what? And we'll say, yeah, because the thought is just money. It's money. But the emotion behind it is going to take the money in which direction? Okay, health, money, relationship, whatever it is. If you are in doubt, if you are in fear, if you are in worry, if you are in stress, if you are in anxiety, if you're in confusion, then whatever you're thinking about is going to show up in its lowest form, lowest frequency for you. That's why people think they can't manifest, because they'll say, well, I've been trying to manifest all this money. And we'll say, yeah, but what's the emotion behind it? Well, I'm just not sure it's going to show up. And we're like, right. So it's not going to show up. So you are manifesting brilliantly, perfectly, and always correctly, but you're just not aware that it's your frequency of your emotion is going to show the way the thought shows up. Okay. So you get to practice, Master. Everybody gets to practice doubt and fear and paranoia and jealousy and judgment. All of our teachings, all of our courses, all of our classes can assist you in all of this, because there's no one thing that we can tell you and miraculously you're going to stop doubting yourself. Okay. It's a long discipline. It's a long practice. It's a refinement, and it's focus. But knowing that your outcome is absolute, it will inspire you to become more focused, more intentional, and change your energy and change the way you think. And we're going to just say this with love, because we love you guys so much. If you got physical crap energy, you got thought crap energy. Okay? If you're not taking care of yourselves, your thoughts are going to show up with that same energy. Everything in your life rides on the same energy. You can't be poisoning your body, hating yourself, drinking, taking drugs, smoking, eating all kinds of crap food, and then just think, oh, I've got a lot of money and I've got a lot of health and wellness and I've got a lot of great relationship in our life. It doesn't jive. Everything is a totality of energy, Masters. Everything. And humans don't like that. They think they can compartmentalize their high frequency in their life, and you can't. It's a total energy, Masters. So when you are ready to get out of doubt, you work on your total energetic field. That's the change in your life.
Wonderful response. Thank you so much. Everybody's saying it right now. And bringing a lot of memories. Let's go to the next question. My question is, the Kirk shooting, is the Kirk, Charlie Kirk shooting a staged event, and why?
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Charlie Cook hasn't been out there for a really long time. Nobody that you're watching are real, okay? It's all psyops. It's all holographic projections. It's all AI, and they're all stand-ins and actors at this point. That's what we will say, okay? And we are not going to disclose the why, because it's not our place to do that. There is a disclosure that is taking place, and it's a setup for some other things to be revealed. That is a truth. But what we want you all to know is this: stop believing what you're watching. Seriously. There's an agenda that is going on, but we also want you to know this, and we do not care who's going to get on the platform and argue with us. We don't care. He's fine. He's well. He's safe. He's alive. He's with his family. He's with his children. All is well. All is well. Do not feed into the conflict. Do not feed into the judgment. Sit back and watch. Sit back, masters, and watch. You are watching a movie play itself out. Do not contribute fear-based energy to what you think is going on. Know that everything at this point, masters, is all about disclosure and revealment. All about. And we know that some of you hate the conspiracy theories and the whatever it is. It's a calm, okay? It's a this, it's a that. It is. Okay? You can either pay attention to that or just get off the platform. Just get off. Okay? Because it's so ridiculous that was real. So ridiculous. The person that they say they caught is so ridiculous. Okay? And yes, you can watch it and you can rewatch it and you can see all the ridiculousness about it. Send good energy and love, masters. Please send energy out of calm and non-reactivity. Everyone is playing a role right now. And there is disclosure that is rolling out all over the place. People are all over this thing immediately, calling out the farcity in it. And that's good news, because that means people are catching on really, really, really quickly. And the ones that just don't want to believe it, that's fine. They're not going to believe anything anyway. Just hold your space of love and light, masters. All is well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question. There's several questions from or about Charlie Kirk, by the way. So Tommy had one, Sodom03 had one. So we'll kind of summarize the response with the one that we just had from Julius, okay? With all due respect. Okay, so next question from Cat55K. Tell us what would happen if you accidentally go through a portal on Earth. Thank you.
You do all the time, masters. You go through portals all the time. All the time. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Okay? The thing is that some of the portals open up into a very similar timeline. And you may not notice. You may not notice at all. And you may retract on yourself and walk back through it. Usually you can feel it. If you get energetically sensitive enough, you'll get wonky, right? You'll get pulled in another direction, but you can pull yourself back or not. But you are a endlessly multifractal being, masters, and there is an infinite amount of versions of you in this likeness that you are, as well as an infinite array of variations, because, masters, the truth is there's only one of us here. Okay? And you are not a human being. You are a soul, and a soul has no embodiment aspect to it. And it does not get thrust into any aspect of thought that it does not desire to experience. So what happens? Anything you choose to happen, master. You are source.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question from Adrienne. Any idea on the uptick of children killing their parents? I just heard about the 16-year-old who just unalived her mother in Texas.
Well, we would tell you that that's something that goes on a lot, masters. It has everything to do with the mind control that they've done to everybody. It has everything that they've done to destroy the brains in the children. It's everything that they've done to cause them to be reactive, psychotic, mentally distorted. Okay. And it has everything to do with what they're watching on television. It has everything to do with what they're listening to. It has everything to do with the food that they're eating and all of the poisons and the dyes and the sugars and everything. It literally puts the brain into violence, literally activating violence. That's what's going on.
All right, thank you so much. The next question from We Are All in This Together. Is there any other way to take chlorine dioxide without drinking it every hour? I tried to drink it and it smelled like chlorine and bleach.
It is chlorine and bleach, masters. It's chlorine dioxide. It is. No, that's it. It's hard. It's a challenge. It's true. It depends on what you mix with it that can help reduce the taste and plug your nose so you're not so you're not smelling it. Some people become accustomed to it, and some people just can't do it. They just can't. No, there's no other way to take it than to take it in. You got to take it in. But there, once you go through cyclable protocol for a detoxification or purification process, then your maintenance is quite a lot less. That's what we can tell you on that. It is liquid oxygen. It is chlorine. And yes, you'll never have the opinion of a swimming pool the same ever again. Angel, you are an expert at chlorine dioxide intake. Please share some tidbits of wisdom and recommendation for our beautiful listener as to what makes it easier for you to take your chlorine dioxide.
Okay, well, number one, I mean, it's chlorine, but it's not bleach. Okay, so it's chlorine, but it's not bleach. But there are the most advanced water purification plants in some cities in this country that have been, let's say, leading the path to use non-toxic products to actually clean the water. They use chlorine dioxide already. Okay, that's number one. So the chlorine dioxide serves or does the job, but it's not bleach. Number two, the bottle of chlorine dioxide smells to chlorine, but actually, when you start the protocol with a small amount of chlorine dioxide, the water should not smell to chlorine. And again, I started with, I think it was 5 milliliters per glass. And actually, you have to drink it every 15 minutes, like a zip every 15 minutes, or a couple of zips every 15 minutes for as long as the bottle lasts. More than a glass is a bottle. So again, it should not. Obviously, I have been able. I've drunk so much chlorine dioxide for so many different reasons that I am able to really, mix large amounts of chlorine dioxide with water and still drink it. It's me because I'm so used to it, and I know that it's adding incredible amounts of oxygen to your body. What else can I ask for, right? It's just magic, And again, I'm talking about my own. This is my own experience that started in 2020, and I followed protocols from Dr. Andreas Kalker, and there are literally probably already millions of people taking chlorine dioxide every single day. Okay, so anyway, if you start small, you should not at all smell chlorine. Make sure it's the right chlorine dioxide. That's what I would say. We are in this together, okay? And
Yeah.
again,
So do you ever mix it with juices, or do you always drink it with water?
only water.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, but juices can be used. Non-citric juices can be used, to help with the flavoring, and things like that. So it's up to you, and you may want to back it down just a little bit. Start with the minimal. The minimal, even a minimal amount is very beneficial. Okay,
Mhm.
you don't have to get over the top crazy, with dosage. Okay, if you can only handle, you truly believe that you can only handle, okay, a very small amount, at least try that. Better to have some of that than to not use it at all, is what we would say.
I just, excuse me, I just posted here in the ticker, line at the bottom of the screen. You see, that's the place where you can go and you can find literally thousands and thousands and thousands of medical doctors that show you how to use it properly. This website is in I don't know how many languages, probably like 15 or 20 different languages. There's email addresses you can write to. They will respond to you depending on which country are you located. So, and again, as I said before, there's Dr. Andreas Kalker who has done an incredible work throughout his entire life with chlorine dioxide. Just don't take our word. Just go to this website or follow Dr. Andreas Kalker. You will see hundreds of videos with him and his team. The CommuSAF is obviously is a group of incredible people that have been working behind the scenes for a long time, and they all came public in 2020. But thank you. We keep on having questions about chlorine dioxide,
Yeah.
and this is our personal experience. So
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously,
And good. Isn't that great that people are asking about healthy things, right? We love that, right? We love that. And so, we want to support everybody on their action plans for taking their own wellness into their own hands and into the capacity of their own intelligence and their own wisdom. It is accountability, it is responsibility, but it is empowerment, isn't it? It's an extraordinary action of empowerment, masters. When you take ownership of your wellness, it will actually help all of you with your self love. Everybody wants to know how to practice self love. How do we practice self love? What are some of the things that I can do to practice self love? This is one of them. Anytime that you are going to take your wellness in your own hands, you're going to pursue information, you're going to practically apply it, you are practicing self love and empowerment.
exactly. Again, thank you so much. Remember, just make sure you get the right thing. Right? It smells chlorine because it has chlorine, but it's not the bleach that you use for your bathroom or for your clothes. It has chlorine, but it can be drunk mixed with water. Okay, so Sodom 03 was asking, where can I get it here? You if you write to these people, and you will find the email addresses on that website. They will tell you where to find it. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much. I couldn't agree more. I think that we all should take ownership of our health and don't necessarily leave the ownership of our own body to someone else. But let's go to the next question from Sodom 03. Will I always see things in pixels? What an interesting question.
No, because that has a lot to do with your ocular cavity and your eye aspect. But the hologram is in pixels, masters. So that is a truth. So holographic projections hold pixicalities, and they are interdimensional. So different forms of pixicalities in the interdimensional aspects of the holographic projection. Okay. It is literally the framework that holds the hologram together. But when you are not in a holographic experience and you are receiving and accessing pure thought energy in new thought application, you may experience that thought. You will experience that thought through emotions and not get distracted by the hologram. But all holographic projections are held together. It's the glue. The pixicalities are the glue of the projected image, and so that's what you see in the holographic projection.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Adrienne has the next question. The ritual of the train, on the train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Was that a ritual to start a race war?
They're all satanic rituals. That's what we will tell you. But and it's all about warring and conflict, violence, ignorance, anger, reactivity, and rituals tend to be very limiting and can be very low frequency and dark. You need to be extremely mindful, with those things and what you call them. And they tend to be binding. They have binding effects to them. But there is satanic rituals taking place in your life every single day that you are participating in that you are not aware of, that you are not aware of. Okay. Almost every celebration across the globe now is a satanic ritual. Every sporting event, every holiday, the Olympics, concerts, okay, movies, plays, presentations, everything is a satanic ritual, mostly, and even your language and the way that you spell and the way that you verbiage and put things together. So it gets extremely complicated. One could ask, how do you escape it? And we would say, well, you'd have to break every structure and not follow anything basically that you have been taught. But what we can say is once you start to see these things, you cannot unsee them, and don't participate in those that you are aware of. That certainly will help. Because whether you realize it or not, masters, when you participate in those frequencies adhere themselves to you. It's an absorption. And when you participate, you're giving permission for those energies to be in your field. You're basically sending out, come and get me, I want to play with you. So it's a challenge. But by recognizing them and eliminating the ones that you are aware of, it will greatly help to increase the productivity of your energy field, which will lead to more awareness and more shifting of your actions and the expansion of your lives.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, now that's this time in our show in which we talk about the special of the week. And excuse me, you already see this beautiful bird and this highlighted text that says moving beyond collective consciousness perspectives. This is a workshop that's going to take place on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Could you please tell everybody, if you were so kind, Kasey,
Yeah.
about this moving beyond collective? And I'm going to also share the screen because we have lots of things to share today.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge platform of information for the void, point zero aspect, and the void, which is the launching of all thought, possibility, frequency, and perspective. Conversation is going to take you into maybe the first point of information of having a better understanding of what it is to be source in pure energetic form, and so it's going to have a lot of information for that type of explanation. And then, of course, it's going to have information about the value of that state of awareness, the value of that point of frequency and state of consciousness that you can get yourselves in when you are on your conscious journey, when you're trying to manifest, when you're trying to heal, in your creative and conjuring state. And also in your broad perspective as a fractal, okay? So this subject matter will also go, when we say collective consciousness perspective, people usually will go, oh yeah, okay, well, I will get into that perspective and realize that we are all one. And we'll say, yes, that does get very interesting, but what if you can get to a state where you can actually get a grasp of the varied aspects of collective consciousness perspective? That's what this conversation will be about.
Wonderful. So again, this is a three-part live online workshop on September 16th, 17th, and 19th at 5 p.m. Pacific Time US, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time US as well. The workshop is live on Zoom. The replay in video and audio are available after each modules. The first two modules are teaching, sharing from Julius on the topic, and the third module is an interactive Q&A with participants.
Yeah, the
All right.
Q&As get off the chart. They get off the chart. They take every teaching and every interaction to the next level. And the people who participate in these classes live are the ones that get to submit their questions and things like that. And what's become amazing, Angel, is the level of questions that come in that take the teaching deeper, broader, infinitely wiser through everybody's perception. But also this, it is not an intimidating space. We feel very inspired to speak those words to everybody, okay? The classes and the courses are not an intimidating space for anybody. No matter where you are on your conscious journey, do not feel that you have to be in a particular place in order to participate and feel comfortable in these spaces. You are so welcome here, and you will feel safe, and you will feel expanded, and you will feel inspired, hopefully inspired enough to participate in the questions no matter what they are. Also, don't forget, we've got a whole array of amazing new energetic processes for everybody at a ridiculously affordable price. Just check out the website, guys. Just check out the website. There's something there to support you on your conscious journey, wherever it fits comfortably for you.
Excellent. I'm going to leave this QR code with this visual for a while here on the right side of the screen. The only thing that you have to do is actually take your cell phone, open your camera app, and point your camera to the screen, and automatically your camera will identify the QR code and will take you to the website, to the landing page, to be precise, where you will be able to see exactly the same thing that I show you, or we show you a few seconds ago. And then on the same page, you can actually, sign up for it. You can pay for it. And if you still have questions, we will be more than happy to work with you from the production team. Sending an email if you want to, support at channelingjulius.com, support at channelingjulius.com. And again, this is episode number 120 of the Ask Julius Show. 120 weeks, if not more, that we have been with you, and always looking forward to those incredible questions that you always ask to Julius and their group of entities. Let's continue with the next question that comes from the one and only Sony Dean. A great reminder. We receive thoughts. Often I receive thoughts that I mistake as real information or insight. How do I make the difference between a projection from someone else and real insight? Thank you.
By the way it feels, okay, Master. So that's your interpretation. That's your instincts. That's your intuitiveness, okay? You are receiving thought, sitting in a pool of thought, and that is a truth. It is receiving a thought and being able to see it from many different perspectives, to look at it broadly, to contemplate it, to consider the variations of it, to consider a much broader view than whatever initially hits you. Okay, that is being responsible, and that is being empowered, and that is being intentional, and that is being aware. Okay, so what you will notice, Master, is this: an opinion or a judgment attached to a thought. In other words, somebody is telling you how to think, or the opinion of a thought, or a truth, which is their perception of a thought, and you will be able to do one of two things. That is going to either have a limited possibility to it, which is generally the thought of others, or it will have an open-minded, full of endless possibility energy to it, which is going to come from your highest version of your own self. That's the difference between low frequency and high frequency. So when a thought comes in, if it feels like there's a limitation or an absolute aspect to the way the thought is perceived, that's low frequency, and generally probably has been touched by the low frequency perspective of others around you. If it's an open concept, and you can choose for it to be an open concept full of endless possibilities, It's a high frequency, Master. But this is your deciphering process. It's your deciphering. And also this, your body is so amazing. Your whole sensory system is designed to navigate your way through the deciphering process of the frequency of thought, the frequency of your conscious journey. So pay attention to the way those thoughts literally feel through your body, and it will tell you whether it is limitation or possibility.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question from Amy the Artist 1. I would like to know, how could I break free from my adoptive mother's spirit and ancestor?
Oh,
They have been hunting and hunting me, so I really need a break in my life.
yeah, we can take care of that for you. There is an ancestral process on our website, so we can provide that for you. Go to the website, channelingjulius.com, and you can look under all the energetic processes. We can take care of that for you. And we also have cord cutting processes to help you with that as well.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so the next question comes from, again, as you know, we always go like making sure, asking the questions one from every single one of the members of the audience before we go back and we restart with the people that have already asked one question. The Awakening movie podcast, are stem cells treatments and CRISPR going to be the standard of care, and is it bad to use them for health?
No, the med beds are going to be the standard of care, and everything will be done with frequency. That's what we will tell you.
All right, next question from Tommy. Can Julius give the definition of higher self, and where does it reside?
It doesn't reside anywhere, Master. There's no such thing as location. Okay? All of that is an illusion. You are source, and you are playing yourself out in a variation of frequencies. And anytime you raise your vibration, you are in alignment or demonstration of your quote unquote higher self. Higher self just means higher vibration. That's all it is. Lower self, lower vibration, higher self, higher vibration. There's no such thing as a location. It is an activation.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question from, 1 second, the Flourishing Group. Hi, both. Do you anticipate there being a widespread power outage during the Jewish holiday
Rosh Hashanah. Yeah.
Rosh
No.
Hashanah, September
No.
22nd to 24th,
No.
next week or the week of October 1st?
No, we do not anticipate that at all. That's what we will tell you.
Okay, fair enough. Next question comes from Alpine Cakery. I've gotten rid of any extra mirrors, but how do you close down the ones you can't get rid of, like in the bathrooms? And if you are pulled through one in a dream, is it the same as waking? Thank you.
Put selenite above, put a piece of selenite above your mirror. Hold on just a second. So you can buy bars of selenite, and it doesn't even have to be this big. You can get little ones, okay? Any form of selenite above the mirrors, above the mirrors. This should go above all of your mirrors. It should go above your television set, mirrors, windows, doors, fireplace, vents in your house, any escape route or portal. The selenite will keep you safe and protected in those areas. Easy peasy pumpkin squeezy. And just to give a plug out for anybody who is looking for some crystals, there's a really great guy named Tommy Blingman, and he sells crystals. You can catch him on Facebook and some of the platforms. And he really does a great job of assisting everybody with the things that they're looking for. His prices are amazing. He's a wonderful, wonderful guy. We don't get any kickback from Tommy. It has nothing to do with that. If you're just looking for, there's many, many great, great people out there. But in alignment with some of our teachings and in alignment with your health and wellness, and also with authenticity. But pick up some selenite. It's not expensive. Get a whole bag of it and spread it around your house. and it will really help create, some protection, some closing down, and really help to filter and clean negative energies that could be coming through those things. You can't have enough of it. You can't have enough of it. You want to sprinkle it around. You can combine it with some of the dark crystals, the smokies, okay? And you set the combination of those in the corners of your house, and you are good to go.
Excellent. Thank you. Next question comes from Sparking 3D. So happy to have made the live stream. If I may ask a question, what is going to happen to the people of Gaza? Thank you.
Great question. And we don't have a real answer for you, meaning we aren't running that psych op. So there's going to be a clear division of their cleaning up low frequency and they're assisting high frequency. There are so many places across the Earth, Shipmaster, that are being affected by cleaning things up. On one hand, it's a really great thing. It's a really great thing. There's a lot of rescuing going on that you're not seeing. That's a really good thing. Okay. But the tearing down of systems has some fallout to it. There's no question about it. But everything has been tied to nefarious energies. And those systems are being taken apart. And yes, we understand that there's a fallout for people. There's more protection out there than you realize, and there's more rescuing going on than you realize. Please realize that unless you're there live living it, a lot of what you're seeing just isn't accurate. It's just not accurate. But everybody across the globe, Masters, everybody across the globe can use everybody's energetic output and assistance of high frequency love, high frequency love. Don't just target certain areas, Masters. It's for every space. Here in the US, you have no idea what's going on with the rescuing aspects and the disclosure aspects and what's going on with the destruction and satanic ritual aspects. The US needs it. Everything around the world needs it, Masters. But there's a big cleanup going on. But the good news is this. Whether you believe this or not, it's better than it was or has been. You just haven't known anything about it. It's coming to the surface. That's what you're seeing. You are seeing things for what they have been. That may be a tough one for you, but please hold true to your frequencies, Masters. That is the answer for everything.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question comes from Sandra Townsend. How soon can we expect a quantum finance system to roll out? And when it does, could this expose and be the end for the cabal?
The quantum financial system is already activated, Masters. It's already activated. It's been that way for a while. So that's what we can tell you about that. You're already on the quantum financial system. You have parallel systems running next to each other, but you're not waiting for it to come online. It's already there. They're going to remove the old system. That's what we can tell you. So if we're going to change your question to when are they going to remove the old system, we don't know. We're not in charge of that, but they are working on that, systematically working on that. Remember, the systems are all linked to satellites. They're not on the ground. They're linked to the satellites. So they're trying to do some deactivation and things of that nature. And it's kind of like it's a frequency war. It's like a frequency war. It's like asking us, when's Cricket versus Verizon or, all of this. They're all out there. But your quantum financial system is already activated. It's not waiting to be activated. It's already online.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next question from the one and only Stacy Savage. Julius, how do you know if the feeling is mutual between you and someone else? Or if you are just sensing your own energy? Thank you. Love you all. What a great question.
It's never mutual. It's never mutual. No two people feel exactly the same way. It's not possible. It's not possible. What you can be hopeful for is that it's similar that there's a resonance, that there's a match in frequency between you. And that comes with intuitiveness. But, there's a lot of fraud out there, and there's a lot of manipulation out there. And here's what we will tell you, masters, you know when there's red flags, and you know that you're choosing to ignore them. You know it. That's what we will tell you. If your frequency truly matches, there's no red flags, there's green flags. Okay? But anybody will tell you that has fallen deeply into the hole of deception and manipulation. Coming out of that hole, they'll say, I knew it. But I was hopeful, but I was delusional. That's what we will tell you. So you get to pay attention to the way it feels, masters. And here's the other thing. How are they showing themselves? How are they showing themselves? Not what's coming out of their mouth. They're showing you something. Pay attention to that. And it's a learning process. It's a learning curve. The thing is that humans don't love themselves, so they accept marginalized behavior and treatment from another. That's your problem. That's good news, because you can change that. Okay? And how are you behaving? What is your demonstration of all that you are, masters? But, interactions with souls is risky. It's risky. You can just play it safe, go claw on a hole, go ahead, or get out there and interact, because here's the truth. Everything expands you. And masters, if you are practicing self-love, you will not be injured by another, no matter what their behavior, if you love yourself enough. That only happens when you have attachments and needs of another. So work on your own self-love and letting go of your attachments and needs. And we guarantee your deciphering and refinement process of recognition and awareness will heighten itself. It always comes back to your journey for yourself, masters.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next question is from, 1 second, Greg Nyman Jr. Julius, the energy feels super heavy right now.
Yeah.
Is this in preparation for a big shift?
There's a big shift. So shifts are happening, we would say, within the next 60 days. There's going to likely be another big distraction that's going to take place probably within the next 60 days. So keep your eyes and ears open. Keep your frequencies up. Keep your frequencies up, masters. Okay? That's what we will tell you.
Okay, wonderful. And the next question is an offline question from Elizabeth. Hi, Julius. For years, I have been working on my teeth. Nothing what has been done to my teeth resolved the issue of wearing down my teeth. Lately, I visited several dentists. One of them asked me, pointing at the x-ray she just took, if I had a mouth surgery, which I did not have any. To my surprise, we were looking at some piece under the roots of my teeth. That is very visible on the x-ray, Julius. Can you see what that is and what is going on with my teeth?
Well, your teeth have been eroded from fluoride. All of your enzymes and all of your rooting systems and that's everybody. All of your rooting systems and all of your enzymes have been destroyed from fluoride. But also, the frequencies around you are making everybody grind their teeth. Everybody is grinding their teeth, okay, grinding them down. And that literally looks like somebody has been, cutting stuff out, of your systems. But also this, energetically, when it comes to your teeth, your mouth, your throat, it's coming into your voice, learning how to be brave enough to speak your truth. more than likely you have been stifling your truth and you're living in an environment that does not allow you to freely speak your truth. That's what we will tell you.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And that was the last question of the show. By the way, we know that there are a lot of questions that haven't been asked. And by the way, Lori is asking me, Angel, did you see my question about XXX? Yes, I did see the question. The thing is, probably you don't realize, but we are live in multiple social media outlets, like multiple. You only see the one that you are connected to, and obviously we appreciate that you are on that particular social media outlet. But we are in multiple of them, and we get questions from many of them, and also we are trying to satisfy everybody and first answer the first question of everybody. And today is one of those days in which everybody has asked questions. Thank God. So I mean, we really appreciate you. But don't worry, Lori. We definitely keep your question on our list of offline questions, and we will answer it in the following weeks. And if we don't, feel free, obviously, to ask that same question live. And again, every day we do the same thing. We go over every single name and we answer all their questions. And now it's time to go back to the normal size. Here we are. And it was another one of these incredible shows in which there are so many, comments, and thank you, everybody for being here. Those questions were amazing. Every single week we have new people, new beings here with us on our show. Thank you. I'm trying to show now all this amazing, gratitude messages from our audience, and we are going to go. But before we do that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. Again, thank you for accepting the fact that sometimes we have those issues that we cannot cope with, and unfortunately, they don't allow us to be live. But we always keep all those questions. Absolutely, every single question that's being asked online live is kept, by ourselves in an offline document that we all afterwards use for the questions online during the show. Okay, any final comments?
What can I say? We love you guys, right? Share us with your friends. Help us get out into the community. Like us, share us on our social media platforms. That's how you can support us. Is just hit that like button, share us around. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your love and for creating this safe platform for Angel and I to play on, right? Like we feel safe in the playground, right? So thanks all of you for that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, thank you so much. And now the outro video. See you next week. If today is 14th, it's going to be September 21st at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US. We love you guys. I'm sure that you have enjoyed this show with all the questions and all the answers. See you next week. Bye bye.